Greetings and welcome, my fellow viewers. I am Rubescent the Collector Dragon. Just as a disclaimer, I am not back yet. Not yet. Soon. That's all I have to say about that right now. Real quick, I just wanted to make a video about comments that I've been getting about Avast Grime Fighter. Alright. I want to explain how it works and why I believe that it is the culprit of my computer losing complete access to internet and requiring a complete reformatting. Alright? I've been getting a lot of comments about how, like, oh, you must have had a virus or malware or spyware or all of this stuff, and you should do a virus scan and use this program, or you can't blame GrimeFighter because you're at fault. Well, while those are very valid opinions, and I'm not angry about any of that. I mean, you guys don't know what happens. So here I am to explain what happens and how Grime Fighter works. So this is how Grime Fighter works. What you do is you start the when you first turn it on, a pop-up thing comes up, and when you first get it, you go to the page on your Avast application, and it says that you have all this stuff, okay? So you click on Start Scan, and what it does from there is it actually shuts your computer down completely. It just shuts it right down, because the way it works is it attacks all manner of things right from the root source, right down. Like you're not even logged in. You're not logged into administrator. You're not logged into any guest accounts. You're not anything. It is pure bones, straight raw computer from the boot up menu, pretty much. All right. So, in theory, no viruses or malware should be active while it's in process, while it works to get rid of all that stuff. And in fact, Grime Fighter is not a virus protection program. What it is a performance enhancer. So it's supposed to get rid of trash and like excess data and excess like cache and excess this, and then reformat your key registries, your key registrations, so that they perform better, and clean out like your temporary internet files and all this stuff. It's a cleanup program. It's not a virus destroyer. Okay, that's what Avast does. Avast, the program, is a virus destroyer. So you don't need a virus destroyer on top of a virus destroyer. That just doesn't make sense. Shoot. My microphone was in the camera shot. Whatever. I don't care. I've restarted this several times. I can't lose the mood now. You can't have a virus destroyer on top of a virus destroyer. So what it does is it cleans it up. Alright? And while this is happening, you can actually access the internet through the program, okay? It all looks really cool because, like, as it's going through its grime fighting process, you build up karma points, and the karma points is supposed to go to, like, this network to show that you've built all this karma and that you're really awesome for doing this and using the thing. It's almost like a video game score. It's just really, it is really cool. It looks impressive. However, again, I don't trust it. I still don't trust it, because this is what happened. I was able to use my internet because, quite frankly, my computer worked perfect. My computer there was like virtually no change to my computer as far as loading times. Actually, the first time, I lied. The first time it rebooted, it loaded up insanely slow. like insanely slow. It's supposed to speed up reboot time. It was the opposite. It went dead. Okay, my computer was barely rebooting. After a few times, it did finally reboot a little bit faster, but it was still super slow compared to what it used to be. My computer actually reboots insanely faster now that I just did a whole reformat, which was, you know, if you wanted to increase your speed, that's like the last resort, I guess. It's just to reformat your whole computer. But obviously no one wants to do that. Not every time. So yeah, that's crap, what was I talking about? Right. Grime Fighter and what it does. So yeah, before I used it, my computer worked perfect. Okay, regardless of any hidden viruses and malware and spyware and all that cookie stuff. Right, regardless of all that, my computer was working perfectly fine. Okay, and then afterwards, it was just crap. And the biggest problem, the absolute biggest problem, I had zero access to the internet. If you go to the little bars thing on the bottom corner of the screen, it would not show any connections. None. It showed zero. It said there's no connections. Even though there is connection to my house, every other internet device could connect to my internet. This was the only thing that couldn't. And I've tried everything. Actually, it didn't even do that at first. At first, it was just the box thing with the yellow dot. It was not connecting at all. Eventually, I got it to a point where it was able to at least show that it was there, but it still wasn't connecting. And the funny thing is while you're using the program, you can access the internet. There's a little button on it on the top where you can surf the web while it's doing its work, so you're not bored. Albeit you cannot watch videos, you cannot watch animations, you can't do anything Flash related because, again, it draws it down to the very base level. No other applications are running at all, just Grime Fighter. So, again, this is huge speculation as to what the hell just happened, because I had internet before, I had internet during. Why didn't I have internet after? I have no idea. Okay, I've looked so much things. I tried doing a virus scan with Avast. I've tried doing Spybot Blaster, which is a highly recommended. I love it. Spybot Blaster, search and destroy. All this stuff. Like, this is what I use to protect my computer, and it works wonders. Like, amazing wonders. I never have virus problems. Plus, I'm very careful about what I download and what websites I go to, because when I was a teen, I didn't care, and you know, back in the 90s, you know, viruses was huge, or late 90s, early 2000s, viruses were huge, and computers were blowing up. There was, like, I heard stories of computers catching fire because of malware and viruses and crap. So yeah, I mean, but I didn't think that would happen to me, and I broke my parents' computers before because I did too many virus crap, or if I didn't break them, I at least had all these ads and all this downloads, and it would constantly go to, like, these porn, you know, when you, like, because, you know, I'm a teenager, I'm doing porn and stuff, so, like, if you try to open a web browser, it always did porn. So I know and I'm a computer tech geek. All right, so, like, I know how to protect my computer and how to avoid viruses. Granted, sometimes I do find them. They do find my computer. I'm not invincible. I'm not perfect. But I do find them, and I do attack them with these programs. The spyware search and destroy, the spybot search and destroy, the spyware blaster, and Avast. Those are what I use, and they're amazing. So yeah, and after I came back, after that insanely slow reboots and the insanely everything, I did some research, and I found out, like, about nettesh commands, and I even re-downloaded the drivers, the actual drivers. I went to the online Dell. I have a Dell computer. I went to the Dell websites, downloaded the driver for my computer, like the specific one for my model, and nothing worked. Okay, so the nettesh command is I want to explain the nettesh command. The nettesh command is you open up your command prompt type in nettesh, system restore, or something to do with restoring the internet. Now, because what happens is, I guess, is in theory, sometimes when your internet is disabled, it doesn't know what it just cuts out, and by doing this, it refreshes the drivers so that they all supposed to turn on. This would it's supposed to say text. It says text like congratulations, it fixed, good job, all this stuff. When I hit enter, it just goes enter, stop. There's nothing happens. It's just a line and it just flashes. Literally nothing happens. I brought it to my local store, Staples, because it's the closest place. I brought it to them, and there was a guy. I trust this guy. I mean, I've never met him before, but I have this thing about reading people. I can read people, and I just knew he knew what he was talking about, because I told him everything that I've done to fix this thing, and he even tried it himself, and he's like, "This is the weirdest thing." He even did it in safe mode. He went into safe mode because I was gonna do that, but I never got around to doing it. He went into safe mode. Still, nothing happened. Nothing worked. So the nettesh file. So pretty much the only solution was to reformat my computer. It was the only way I was going to get internet back. There was nothing. I couldn't download drivers. I couldn't download programs to fix drivers. I don't know what it did. Maybe it deleted a key registry that because it sensed the fact that I had an internet driver, because I could turn it on and off because I have a laptop and I could turn the chip on and off. So it could sense it, and the bars were there, and it had the X mark, and it said no connection. So that it was there. It just wasn't sending any signals or receiving signals. Honestly, it blows my mind. I have no idea how this happened, but I am pretty much convinced that Grime Fighter caused it. How they caused it, I have no idea. But I know it was Grime Fighter's fault, and I know that sure, maybe something was on there that could have done it, but I don't know. There was no viruses on my computer. I did system restores, then there was viruses, because there was viruses before, and I deleted those. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. Even after doing all this, I did the best I could to restore my internet. I got it because it was actually worse at first. Like, there was literally nothing there, and there was no system. There was barely even an icon. All right, so it took me a long time just to get the icon back and functioning properly, and even then, it still didn't work. So that's how Avast works. It goes right down to your. Just to summarize, it goes right down to your base computer. It allows you to access internet, and it's supposed to do all this cleanup junk. But what happened was it cleaned up too much, or it did move something wrong. I don't know. But this is the strangest problem in my life of ever having a computer, and all the viruses that I've ever had, and all that I've dealt with. I've broken my own computer to the point where I had to reformat it before because of viruses and slow down tear, and just things stop working properly. Like one time I had Yahoo Messenger, it wouldn't save any history. I couldn't type to anyone in Yahoo Messenger. I couldn't, because it wouldn't send. The history would instantly get deleted, and it just wouldn't work. It's a strange problem. I've never had this problem. I've never had any other problems. So, but that was back when I was a teen and stupid. I work a lot more efficiently now. So yeah, I just wanted to make, this is getting way too long. I just wanted to say that, again, it goes, summarize, it goes back down to the very base, and it cleans it up. And whatever happened I don't know what happened, but it did something wrong, and it broke my computer, and I had to suffer for it. It broke my schedule, it broke my concentration, it broke everything that helps me stay on task with my videos. So yeah, this is what happens. This is just what happens. I can't. there's nothing more I have to say about it. Regardless of whether I had viruses on the computer or not, is pretty much irrelevant because my computer worked perfectly before, and I was able to access internet while it was working. It just doesn't. It just did, and then it didn't work anymore. So that is why I directly do blame GrimeFighter for breaking my computer, because it was what was actively running. It was the only thing running, and it was doing stuff to my computer down to the registry key level, which I know that if you screw stuff up in there, you could horribly ruin your computer. Seriously, you can just horribly ruin your computer. You delete like one character in a key title, the whole thing could stop working. That's how important key registries are. And it was messing with all of that stuff, including everything else. Crap, one thing I forgot to mention. The reason why I don't think GrimeFighter belongs to Avast, which is another reason why I suspect that GrimeFighter was the culprit, because when doing research on GrimeFighter, I discovered that GrimeFighter, I think, was originally an app. It's an app separate from GrimeFighter by itself, from Avast rather. GrimeFighter is separate from Avast. It's a different app altogether. I think there's a way that you could. I can't find any information on GrimeFighter outside of Avast, but here's the kicker: you cannot find any info. Like, there's no GrimeFighter anything on webpage or anything except for Avast, like through the Avast app. That's the only way you can find it. Even if you go to the Avast website, there's nothing. Like, in the products, GrimeFighter does not exist in the Avast products. It is not, and Avast is not, like, GrimeFighter is not associated with Avast. It was an application before Avast took it over, and now Avast has took it over, and now it says GrimeFighter, Avast GrimeFighter, or whatever. And that's another reason why I don't think that it can be trusted, is because it's not a Avast made program. It's not made by Avast, and it wasn't theirs to begin with. It became theirs, and they're the ones promoting it, which is fine. That's why I thought I could trust them at first, but it obviously broke. So I don't trust GrimeFighter because, and in some ways I don't trust Avast as much. I trust their program, the virus protection program, and that's about it. I don't know if I can ever support them, like, financially. I can support their product. I'll promote it. I'll be like, yes, get the free Avast program, but don't get, like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they can do something to redeem themselves with me, but this is just how I feel. And I hope I can convince you guys that Avast GrimeFighter is sketchy, okay? Because I don't know, maybe I just had a fluke. Bad experience. I don't know. All I do know is that that's what happened. That's another point I wanted to mention because I forgot. So yeah. So that is what I have to say about GrimeFighter, like, as an official how it works video. I thank you all for watching. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not quite back yet. I am working on it. Expect to see maybe a little tech demo video of what I am working on. Alright, so look forward to that. And I thank you all for contributing to my shows. Well, rather, supporting my shows, leaving me comments and likes, and and all those people who are supporting me and sticking with me and knowing that I'm worth waiting for. That's all I have to say for now. I hope to see you guys next time on the battlefield. Bye-bye.